All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second and 11 now. Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms a point scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Gun.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the Chiefs' 29.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12.
Hey, you got that up there.
Cousins now. And that's going to be intercepted. It's the all-pro safety, Derwin James. And this one will be brought back to the 22. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson, and going deep for Hill. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson-Aho. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 5-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Cousins throw complete to Thielen. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Vikings.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Gun.
Here's Coleman on the draw. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
22. Hey, no, easy.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 38.
Gun.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Cousins now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. This is Coleman. And a short gain here, down to the 22. Darren Lee there to get him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Gun.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Check it back. 48. Zebra. Gun.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Slam. Hey, Boom. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got you. 54's Mike. 54's
Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for Kelsey on the deep. And that's caught inside the 35. Oh, it breaks another. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 44 yards.
Another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Kill. Let's go. Come on. 55. Mike, 55. Check. What? Go.
They'll run it with McCoy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
At the Vikings' 19-yard line.
Come on, set. 6 yards. Hey, eat your quicker. Ready? Watch the ship. Watch the ship. That's ship. Watch the ship.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
X3, 218, jump, switch, gun, first,
and the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
gun.
Here's Coleman. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
Gun.
On 3rd down, Cousins escapes the sack, shrugs him off. Chris Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
And out of bounds, where will they spot it? At the 35-yard line, so great field position coming up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. 3 down. 22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber. Shut up.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Here's Jackson to throw. This for his running back, McCoy. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Check Mike 40. Check Mike 40.
Now Scarborough. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They come out here in the eye. KC last year on 4th down, 12 of 15, 3rd best in the league, and they're going again. They run. It's Williams. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Maybe looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Around the NFL, they're in the 2nd in Philly, and it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Good route there. Here we go.
To throw, Cousins. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for McCorn Treadwell. Derwin James on the cover.
From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and ain't my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up.
Back up.
I had to get back up.
I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Ready. Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter rock. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space or out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, the pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin. Subject